Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Toby.
And my name is Heidi. And I hope you can hear us.
Yeah, I hope you can hear us. Here, really quickly, this whole ICO thing for Coinbase is pretty big, guys. Like, it's going to probably be worth $100 billion at the start. Let's see. Coinbase direct listing is going to be a massive liquidity event. It will likely be worth $100 billion at listing, but who knows how much it'll spike. The employees can actually sell of Coinbase can actually sell immediately, so there's no lockup period for them. For context, Google's IPO was only worth $23 billion, and employees were locked out from selling for 6 months. Okay, so Coinbase is actually now worth more than the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. So to put that into context, NASDAQ is worth $25 billion, Intercontinental Exchange $66 billion, Coinbase $100. So like this is going to be really huge. It's going to open up the door to a lot of people, I think. Even though I think Coinbase sucks. I mean, personally, like I don't use it.
I'm smelling what no one is saying about Coinbase video coming
Yeah,
out
I
soon.
think that might be really good. But as far as like bringing Bitcoin to the masses and yeah, I think this is really good.
And hi everyone who's here in the live chat. Great to see you guys here. Josh Atkinson, great to see you. Dave
What's
D,
up, guys?
Dave D, spam away, but only funny comments. That'd be great.
Yeah.
HR77, Jan, great to see you here. David Lynn, Robert Dixon, awesome.
Average Joe, what's up?
Yeah.
Neil. Okay.
Well, good question. Good question right off the bat. Cole T. How do you think the likes of BNB will be affected by the Coinbase listing? Maybe they'll be like, "Oh, we already had our ICO."
I don't know. That's a really good question. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Binance actually becomes an ICO as well.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you wonder like what all these other exchanges are doing that don't have coins, like Kraken, Bitstamp.
Yep.
And if they're going to, get on that board as well.
But I do think that because Ethereum's fees are so high right now, I think a lot of people are switching over to Binance to pick up coins.
That's why PancakeSwap is getting so popular too.
Absolutely, it's going nuts. And so and now you have Solana, and we just we posted that for our Patreon members, and that has I think 65 up to 65,000 transactions a second, or actually 300 milliseconds, and yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look out for these things because Ethereum better hurry up because Solana is a layer 1. You don't need a layer 2 for it, whereas Ethereum needs a layer 2. So that layer 2 on Ethereum is going to complicate a lot of things. And I think a lot of people realize that as well. And that's why you see Solana really gearing up. I mean, it's not in like the mainstream too much right now, but just wait. I think it will be.
Toby's bullish.
Top 10.
Average Joe's asking, did Ethereum drop the ball with all the delays? BNB is taking major market share. Here's the thing. Excuse me. Maybe.
You don't
but
know,
really,
maybe.
these delays are really on par for Ethereum. It's known for this. Since its inception, it's had pretty slow going of these updates. Aside from maybe that DAO-zaster, they acted pretty quickly with that.
DAO, yeah.
Out of necessity. But when you're taking into consideration the size now of the Ethereum network and the amount of applications and the people who are using it, I think it's good that it's slow going to do this update just because you're going to want to do it right. And there's not going to want to be any, at least like obvious huge bugs right at the launch of Ethereum 2.0 because that could definitely jeopardize the whole network and the holders of Ethereum also. You never know. So for sure, I mean, it's going to suffer from Binance taking over the market share a little bit at least, but
there are still.
I think it's. I don't think it's worth it to rush it just because of that, because they'll easily just get it right back, I think.
Yeah, and there's plenty of projects that are still being built on Solidity, which is Ethereum's code base. So, yeah, I think it's fine. But I'm a pretty patient guy. I've been holding that coin since 2015. So, whatever. I'm not in a rush to see it go crazy. I really am not. I'm fine with seeing other projects going crazy as well, alongside it. But it just doesn't bother me, too much. What does excite me though is that there are other projects out there that are taking up the slack that ETH has, so there's a lot of fast transaction coins out there or projects.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And
which is great.
Yeah. Can't wait to see them tested.
They are going to be tested for sure.
Yeah.
But I think because we've been in this space for quite a while now, that there's not as much untested code anymore. So, like Solana has proof of history. Don't ask me to get into the complexities of that, but yeah, that's going to be great.
Okay. I want to cover another couple questions, and then I want to get into the topic of this video, why you're clicking it. Cole T is asking, next ETH update is in August, right? I think it's July or August. But do we think it will be enough to drop fees to below 10 or even below 1? It really depends on, the fees are still going to go up if the network is flooded with transactions, but the main difference that this update is going to do is going to remove anyone's ability to kind of bid up the price of the transactions. It's kind of going to put a relative ceiling on the transaction fees. So you won't be seeing a $500 transaction fee or something. We're going to see $10 and $1 transaction fees, even way cheaper than that, 10-cent transaction fees, 1 cent transaction fees, when the bear market comes in and no one's using Ethereum anymore. This is it happens every time. Also, Chris Classens is asking, do you know Celsius Network and do you like it? I have been reading up on it and I would love to do a tutorial and just learning really about how the network actually works from a user standpoint, but they don't have a freaking website or a web app for using it. It's only on your mobile, and I'm really shying away forever ever putting cryptos on my cell phone, just because I think that makes it super vulnerable. It's just my personal opinion, and me trying to protect myself.
It's fact. It's more dangerous.
Yeah. So on April 19th is when they're supposedly going to be rolling out this new web app to the public. I think that they're doing a initial rollout for select affiliates or marketers or whatever. So I'm just waiting for that to roll out, and then I'll cover Celsius just like I did with BlockFi. Okay, so let's get into. I'll check back for your comments as well.
By the way, guys, I do have a announcement to make for us. We big news. We are gonna might have to change the date.
Yeah, this is the channel update. The title of the channel.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
You guys
should probably change it to something else, a little more clickbaity.
No, channel update. It's pretty clickbaity.
Boring.
I'm why are you changing the channel? Really, I should say live stream update. We've been having these Monday at noon Eastern time live streams for over a year, and I'm actually kicking myself for not celebrating the annual anniversary of our live streams.
Yeah. Whatever.
But that obviously us having this kind of consistency is certainly a symptom of, the restrictions on travel and the lockdowns happening. And so it pros and cons here. We couldn't travel much, but we could spend a ton more time, working on these live streams and stuff. So we're finally going to take a trip soon. I'm not going to say when, but we will. Or where, certainly not where. Yeah. But we will be doing live streams again. We're going to try to figure it out. In the meantime, we're going to I don't know. The time difference is going to be a challenge. So what we're thinking of doing is maybe collecting your questions, maybe Patreon member questions or common questions left in our emails, and then using those for topics for a video and then publishing that weekly, kind of like an AMA. How should we do that?
No, I mean, where we are going, it's very remote, very, very remote. And
don't give it away too much.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But we are going to film from there. It's going to be absolutely stunningly beautiful. And yeah, so we're going to film from there. I know there's internet. We have friends over there as well.
Yeah.
We're visiting. So, yeah, we're going to do the best we can. Maybe we'll try like a live stream from there to see how it is. And then we'll go from there. But have patience with us. But as far as like trade alerts, I'm always doing trade alerts, guys. It's like on my Patreon, just always trade alerts. And by the way, how is that Binance coin? We were buying at what, single digits, and now it's almost $600. Now, where it goes from here, who knows? It did have a blow off top today. I mean, geez, $640. So just, yeah. If you want to take some profits, go for it.
Josh is saying there will be nothing to look forward to on Mondays. Maybe it'll be still published on Mondays.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it like we'll pre-record the video and then we'll set it as a premiere, which means that it's published with a live chat option. So then we can all still watch it live at the same time. Who knows? We're going to figure it out. But for those of you who want to stay in touch with us and figure out, when we are going to go live or when those videos are coming out, be sure to follow us on all of our social medias. If you haven't checked out Patreon, that's a great way. I mean, we are always on Patreon. So, send messages and obviously Toby's trade alerts and our classes and things like this. Maybe on the newsletter, I can give you guys a link or something and you can contribute your questions there. We'll figure it out. But yeah, maybe I'll do it on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, Real Crypto Tips. Also, speaking of social medias and here on YouTube, there's been a ton of spammers as usual. They are cropping up like 10 new ones a day. It's really freaking annoying. I swear I am banning them. I'm reporting them. I'm deleting them all, but they still keep popping up.
This is what happens.
So just be warned, it's a scam. It's a WhatsApp number, Telegram number, whatever. It's all BS. Don't give them your time or your money.
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Joel, no, man. Definitely a lot warmer than that.
Yeah,
Tijuana, Mexico, you got me.
You
got me. Very remote. That's it. Where do you post questions in your Patreon group, Heidi?
Oh, see, so this is a very new development. We're literally brainstorming it right now. But if you guys are a Patreon, you can look forward to maybe I'll do a weekly post asking for your questions. You guys can leave it in the comments. Yeah. Also, feel free to always leave us a direct message. Do a private message with your questions, and we'll get back to you then. And also, if you want to specify it's for the live chat or for the video, then that's great too.
Silas, too late for Filecoin. I'm not selling Filecoin. I mean, you have 60 something million coins out there and circulating supply and like 50 something million stake or locked. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not selling right now.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know when I sell, but I'm not going to sell right now.
David Lynn is asking, will this just be temporary? It's going to be
about
for a little bit. When we get back to Portugal, we will be doing these as usual every Monday, noon Eastern time. But yeah, it's going to be for a bit. We haven't traveled in a very long time, so we're kind of excited to go explore again. So we'll be out and about. But as always, we will keep you posted.
But we will be filming outside a lot. And
just like the good old days. Remember?
Yeah.
Everyone used to think I was using a green screen. Now I literally am using a green screen. But like if you were, subbed to this channel in like when I first started 2016, 17, 18, 19 until 2020 hit, I was pretty much always filming outside. So We'll see. Also, Greenlight Crypto asked, so do U.S. citizens have to pay taxes on every trade and when you cash out? Yes. Yes.
And if you don't like doing this and you're after April 13th, 14th or whatever,
yeah,
when you're sick of paying all that money, to that dumb government, then you can just watch some of Heidi's videos and get another citizenship.
Yeah, David Ivkovic. Sorry, you're kind of spamming the live chat here with your question over and over again. You're asking, can you please publish your top 5 coins for long-term holding? We publish our weekly portfolio update for our Patreon members. It actually just went out yesterday, a little bit behind schedule. Sorry, guys. But if you want to know what we're holding, what we're buying, and why, I highly recommend you check out joining our Patreon group.
Yep.
Okay, so what Toby this morning, Toby sent me this article about, he mentioned how China's digital yuan comes with an expiration date. That is huge and disgusting. So that's really kind of what I wanted to talk about too. It's not at all in the in the title. But the link to this article is down below in the video description. I highly encourage you guys to check it out because I think this could be a pattern with certain countries that tend to like to have a lot of, security and surveillance and control over their citizens. There's a few of them out there. But China's pretty much showing how to do it.
China's like the poster child for this. And then, other countries will adopt what they've done, like social credit scores. That will definitely be in the West as well.
Someone's asking, sorry, right back to the questions here. Are you guys investors or traders? Basically investors. For this past bull run, we've been accumulating long time ago, getting ready for it. And then now that we're playing around with some profits and getting into other altcoins, we don't day trade. We do adjust our positions. Probably we make some sort of a trade like every other day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Especially during a bull run, it's so freaking easy to to make
money. But it's also, bull runs are easy when you've prepared for 3 years for it.
Yeah.
But also it's challenging as well because I'm constantly talking to people that have been in this space for a very long time that are in the know, and it's good. Other YouTubers as well, and we're talking, kind of exploring different coins that are coming out that have potential. And like Hugo, the guy that's going to be on our show, he's incredible at that. He's really good at picking coins. He's freaking thoroughbred.
Yeah.
And it's great having all these people. So I have another question of is this the end of the bull run or whatever? No. No. You look at exchange outflows and there's so many exchange outflows going on.
Is it not plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Now we're plugged in. So don't worry about little dips and stuff. What you saw with this morning, you saw it, correct a little bit. That stuff needs to happen. It's not healthy when things go straight up forever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen, guys. And this pump was probably due to the Coinbase listing.
Saad Khan is asking, how can I join Patreon with Tether? Patreon just works with fiat currencies at the moment. I am working on doing a paywall on our website, learningcrypto.com, for crypto payments, but I haven't figured that one out yet. It's been a bull run, and that means so many newcomers coming into this market wanting to learn really the basics, and it hasn't let me a whole lot of time to do other things other than addressing, those questions. So during the bear run, I'll be setting that up, but it's just not there yet.
But
sorry, guys.
Also the bear run is really important as well.
It's when most things get built.
And the bear runs
is
where probably 50% of these YouTubers that have come up and have hundreds of thousands of subs that they bought, that's when they go away. And that's when the real OGs, hunker down and start accumulating good coins as well, and look at different projects without all the hype around it. And so that's when you just get such good deals. Yeah.
It's also when you find out a lot more interesting information about crypto, the nitty gritty, because the people who stick around during a bear market actually care about crypto and really how it functions and the right way to do it. And the people who are in now, no offense, most people just want to know how to make money, which is fair enough. Obviously, but
It's pretty funny though.
Fred Zer was asking, do you already do the interview with the Portuguese immigration lawyer or migration lawyer? Yes. I'm editing it tomorrow, and then it will be posted on Thursday. Just so you know. Yep. It'll be posted on Thursday.
And tomorrow we are also going to put up my friend Kent Halliburton.
We got interviews coming out this week.
Yeah,
guys.
like really good interview on Solana. So stay tuned for that.
Shocker, talk about Solana.
And by the way, this guy's been in Solana since the very, very beginning. So OG all the way. I've been friends with him for a long time. When he talks, just listen. Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to get back. I'll check back. Okay. I'm so distracted by these questions. James Johns, if you get another citizenship, do you need to renounce your U.S. citizenship? I think it depends on your second citizenship, but I think the U.S. allows you to hold dual citizenship with most countries. So yeah, you can. It depends on the country that you currently have and the country that you're going to be obtaining. If they both allow you to hold dual citizenship or multiple citizenships, then it's fine.
I think Germany does not allow you to have multiple citizenships. Because I'm actually trying to get my grandmother was German, so I'm trying to get that citizenship as well. But now I'm like pulling back because I see where the government's possibly going, so I might not actually want that citizenship after all. So, yeah, you just have to be really picky, like what citizenships you want, like what passports. Just don't get into a country that's going to be complete totalitarian. That's one thing to really watch out. So this time is really good to figure out which citizenships you should actually be getting, is which countries have been really open and are still relaxed. And those are the countries that you really want to be in. So, yeah.
Speaking of totalitarianism, let's get back to the Chinese. What's happening in China and the digital yuan? I highly encourage you guys to read this article. Again, link is in the video description. But let's talk about this concept of a currency that has an expiration date. That is insane. That is complete control over, not like this whole concept of a central bank digital currency. There's so much control that they can have when you're using a blockchain with a centralized entity, especially a government one. There's blockchain technology is a beautiful thing, but it can be utilized in two very different ways. Either it's open source, it's decentralized, it's free, it's borderless, it's beautiful, or it is constricting, it is surveilling you, it is controlling you, and it is punishing you. So that's kind of what we're seeing with this Chinese digital currency, because it's not a cryptocurrency. But so yeah, what do you think about this concept of you have to spend your money, otherwise it's worthless?
Yeah, so inflation or you need to spur the economy. So okay, well, you have an expiration date on your currency, money, whatever. That's crazy. But this is what, these are the steps that governments take. They see what they can get away with and they implement it a little more, then they implement it a little more. So they take blockchain technology and then use it for their benefit. So instead of having an open source, decentralized system, they have an incredibly centralized system. Zero transparency. That's a central bank's, like love affair, is zero transparency. And, this is what happens. And so, what's probably, the World Economic Forum, you've probably heard of those guys by now with Klaus Schwab and all of them. They go over the Great Reset. And part of that is having your biometric data attached to your bank account. And so they're going to see what China does and see how it works on their citizens in China. And then they're probably going to implement it to several different countries. A couple countries that I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chinese system would be the UK, Ireland, Spain, Italy, and Canada. The US, I don't know. The US is probably a ticking time bomb. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely Australia. Australia, absolutely. Like they just give up their rights really easily. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Dave D said expiration date also prevents saving, thus guaranteeing that you are always dependent. Very true. And they also mentioned this too in this article, how, they were talking about negative interest rates or, implementing negative interest rates, and how that was their effort to prevent people or to discourage people from saving, because essentially negative interest rates means that you are paying money to have your money in the bank. So why would anyone want to do that? Turns out negative interest rates made people want to save more money. So that kind of, shows you where most people's heads are at.
Yeah.
But also this is again, okay, they're like, okay, negative interest rates didn't work. Let's do this. And they have complete control over the supply of their currency. And with the implementation of a digital currency, again, they can control how you are paid out, again, with the social credit system in China. If you jaywalk or something, now with this implementation, not only are you demerited on your social credit, now with this implementation of their digital currency, you can be fined instantly. And also now they can, with this expiration date, they can control the other side of the transactions, of the consumer side, the demand side. And, they're saying, I don't know, that's another thing I'd like to know is if they can adjust the expiration dates. You know what I mean? Like, say if times are good. So then, like, all of a sudden they're like, oh, you got a 10-week expiration date on your money. Got to spend it all. Oh my gosh, that sounds like hell.
Yeah, and you're putting like complete faith into a government that doesn't give a crap about you.
It's literally fighting to strip you of your money, of your autonomy.
Speaking of that, I'm actually okay. So yesterday we just got done finishing our film. It's a movie on Netflix. It's going to be called Ignition, and it's going to be a movie on there. So they filmed our channel. They've got all the interviews and stuff. But one of the interviews that I did was actually about, how the reason why we're in Bitcoin and the reason why we're in this space. And it's because, it makes us sovereign individuals. We don't.
For those of you who are craving a Toby rant, hopefully they include it in there because you gave him one.
Yeah. The guy filming is like, probably hadn't heard that side of the story before. But like, if anybody that knows me, I absolutely abhor government, every bit of it. And so like I just went on a rant with him and on camera, and I just like, hey, listen, I'm going to be able to take care of myself, my family, my health, our finances better than any government in the entire world could ever do, more efficiently and more effectively. And yeah,
because it's in your best interest to do so.
Yes.
It's not in the government's best interest to make sure that you have everything you need.
Yeah.
It's in their best interest to have everything they need, and that is control.
and if you guys don't understand this, like this is part of the Cypherpunk Manifesto. That's who pretty much created Bitcoin, is these type of people with this mindset.
Yeah, they were perpetuating privacy online.
Yes.
In all forms.
And that's one of the reasons why I got into Bitcoin in 2012, 2013, because I realized, oh my gosh, these guys are changing the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I can get in on this.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so excited to people in front of people, and people thought I was nuts. So whatever.
I'm going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Veer Hetlivin. Is this even stoppable? Don't you think all countries will eventually adopt this system of China? See, here's the thing. When you have a very compliant citizenry, it's probably going to get away with it. But if there are people who can see what it is and recognize, I think there's a lot of people now who have been exposed to cryptocurrencies and how they can work in a very free way. And when you now are trying to introduce something on the polar opposite side, I don't think it's going to go over very well. So that's something that we're always, preaching about is, the fundamentals of why cryptocurrencies exist. I feel like I'm repeating myself so many times, but everyone needs to hear it. And I just don't doubt the black market. Don't doubt the free market that still lives within each of us as a consumer. You know that a better system exists, and you will probably pursue that. And all these people are always up in arms about voting for some politician. You vote with your dollar. You vote with your Bitcoin and your footsteps. Exactly. Like,
buy a plane ticket.
It's I don't think it's wise to think that any government is impenetrable. I think that they're all going to succumb to, they get their power from their citizenry. And if they're not having it, they're going to have to change or do something to appease them or whatever. People are going to leave. And so there's plenty of countries who would love to welcome people and benefit from them in a way and actually try to respect them in a much better fashion and become more marketable for that. So that's what we're seeing with a lot of these second citizenship type countries in the Caribbean, like St. Kitts. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting global shift that we're going to see happening. And actually, Kent, who you interviewed about Solana, we had a brief conversation afterward, and he recommended this book, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet, but I will, and I'm going to recommend it for you guys, The Sovereign Man.
Sovereign Man.
I think that's what it's called. The Sovereign Man. And he
individual?
Huh?
The sovereign individual, right? Or man?
The sovereign person. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm sure if you do, it's a popular book. It was like from the 80s or 90s.
I think 90s.
And it's been he described it as being like very accurate of the predictions of happening. And anyway, if you guys are looking for a good read, that could be a good one. I'm going to check it out as well.
How do you find the best, Cole asked, how do you find the best countries for your citizenship? I mean, for us, it's different for everybody.
It's individual. Yeah, exactly.
But for us, we wanted a citizenship very quickly, and we wanted zero taxes whatsoever, and we wanted a small government to be a citizen of. And St. Kitts was perfect for that. It's small. You call up the government office and they're like, yeah, man. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. Perfect.
I know, isn't that weird?
They're not going to chase me down all around the world because I messed up on some freaking thing.
If you call any other big government office, whatever, like you're going to get a machine and you're going to have to be on hold and probably just do an email or something and hope and pray you're going to get someone. So
yeah. Why did you select St. Kitts? Yeah, well, I think St. Kitts has been around. The citizenship by investment program has been around for a very long time. I think like 30-something years.
I've done a few videos on it.
30 years. And,
since 1984.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been around for a long time. So it's got the Lindy effect working for it, which means like, when things last long enough, they're probably going to last a little longer.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. Oh, the sovereign individual. Thank you, HR 777.
Yeah.
You got it. Toby's right, guys.
Sovereign individual. Of
course he was.
I've got to read that book, guys. I've got to read that book. And so yeah.
Silas is saying you should sell Toby's rants as NFTs, like a little soundbite, That's so
somebody called me the Max Kaiser. The younger version of Max Kaiser.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, I don't think
You got to crank it up.
I do have to crank it up. Jeez.
You're not spitting nearly enough.
I know, right? No. Yeah. I mean, I go on rants with half my friends. Half my other friends, like, can't stand it. Yeah. So I have to, like, chill out.
Know your audience.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are interested in learning more about St. Kitts and Nevis, I did a video on the process. I also interviewed my lawyer who helped me with the process, and she also speaks about life on the island. And most recently, I did an interview with the CEO of the CBI program, the Citizenship by Investment program. That was last week. So I encourage you guys to check it out.
And by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed and like the video, please
what are you doing? No,
yeah, what are you doing?
Please subscribe and hit the like button if you like these live streams. For those of you who have been avid regular viewers, we love you guys. And there's always someone who's saying this is the best part of your Monday morning. It's our best part of our week as well. We love these live streams.
We truly love these live streams. I look so much forward to the regular videos. Even though I love talking to my friends, I really enjoy live streams. So, I think it's great. And plus we can answer so many questions and help people, because I wish I had something like this when I was growing up, because I was curious of how the world really worked and like who creates money? I didn't know. Like, nobody really taught me that.
Who even asked that question?
Like,
No
gosh,
one
I
asked
wish
that
I
question.
really wish I had something like this. It would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's asking me about Portugal. Like, Portugal is great, crypto tax free. As long
Yeah.
Yep, it's
As long as it says an individual investment, not as a business.
yeah. So that's like it's a crypto safe haven almost. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah. Anyways, guys.
Okay, Hero Man is saying, how can I buy crypto in Portugal? Because Portuguese credit cards banks are blocked. I can't buy it. What exchange are you using? Because I've had no issues purchasing crypto. And also, some of my friends here who also bank with a Portuguese bank don't have issues.
Maybe
either.
Bitstamp.
Richard O is asking, no, Bitstamp is, okay, if you're using
not Bitstamp.
Bitstamp, because Bitstamp banks in Slovenia, and I think that they had some kind of a huge scam going on. So at least my particular bank, I don't know if it's all Portuguese banks, mine flagged any transfers going into Slovenia, like they wouldn't let it happen. So maybe that's what's happening with you. Try Binance. Anyway, yeah, Richard O, do you post everything to Library Odyssey? Yes, it is automatically, it's like synced. So whenever I post on YouTube, it should automatically go there as well. So yeah, if you guys want to, if my channel ever gets banned because we're talking too much truth about maybe even what we were saying today, be sure to follow us on Library and Odyssey. A link to that is down below in the video description, as always. So yeah, let's always keep in touch. And always check out our newsletter. It's free, goes out every Sunday, keeps you updated. And Patreon, as always. I feel like we're always talking about Patreon, but...
Yeah. Spain, I have no idea if it is tax friendly. I know that they have a really nutso government over there.
They are, yeah. Oh, there's so many links, guys. I was going to talk about like all these different countries. I'm going to put it in the video description like right now. And let's see. So for those of you who are interested, I wonder if I can do this while I'm going live on it. Anyway, we're going to find out. Like the UAE was also talking about how they're going to add NFTs basically, or the tokenized economy, to their economy to double it in the next 10 years. Spain is putting out public comments to see what their plans are for regulations. And yeah, it's just a lot of countries are kind of adjusting what's happening. Okay, sorry. Here's the link. Now the link for the Spain thing, they give you 2 weeks. This is crazy. They give 2 weeks for people to submit their questions or comments on their potential regulations for the entire crypto industry in Spain. And that decision is going to probably forever affect how that brand new emerging economy could blossom or not blossom in Spain. They're giving 2 weeks. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, when any other government thing takes like, what, 6 months, a year?
Yeah.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everyone for joining in today's live stream. Might be a little bit before we go live again. We're going to be testing it out. We're going to figure it out. But anyway, thank you everyone.
Is there any normal here, you know what? I'll put a link in for where to get Solana if you want and
What is
Radium.
it? Just say
well, FTX. So
it's a centralized exchange.
yeah, I mean
it's a normal one.
Solana Dex is pretty good. There's the liquidity is growing there. I had a bit of hard time to grab some Radium, but I actually had to buy that on FTX. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you. Stay disobedient, and we will be talking to you somewhere beautiful next time, or like an airport or something, because I want to get this out on Monday. This might take a long time to get to.
Yeah, Josh Ashkinson, my book is going great, and it's coming out, guys.
Actually, she told me today that it might be out it might be ready in a month.
I say anything to appease Toby.
It might be ready in a month, so I'm gonna keep her to that. Thank you so much for asking that.
I think I will be finished writing in 1 month, and then from there editing. Tracy Stark, if you're watching this, hey. maybe we can work on something, and then from there publishing. So we're gonna check it out.
Staking in Portugal is tax free as well. I would guess.
According to my lawyer, yes.
Yeah. So
we'll see how that develops. It's just a whole bunch of gray area right now. So anyway.
Will Average Joe, will I be posting on the to the Patreon during the vacation?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We will be very
I'm addicted to that
Patreon.
stuff. I ain't stopping.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop.
The only issue is the live streams with the quality of the video as well as the time difference. That's why the live stream specifically is going to be changed, but everything else is going to be the same.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys.
There you go. Love you guys.
Ciao.
We'll see you soon. Bye.